Jim, after the game, when we were talking to your guys, especially the back end guys, about the second half, they talked about communication issues that led to the big plays. Can you expand on that a little bit now that you've had the benefit of looking at the tape? Was that all it was on some of those big pass plays?
Yeah, I mean, combination of communication and just eyes, right? Which gets you beat all the time. Right? Going into week one, you knew that it was going to be a little bit different, right? And I thought our guys handled that really well. Kind of eliminated some big issues early in the game that could have been problems. I thought our guys handled it really well. In the second half, we got stung a couple times. I thought we got late aligned a couple different times. It kind of, they weren't the big plays, but they got the momentum rolling. Okay. And then you saw after that a shot go up that we didn't execute. And there's a couple calls I'd love to have back. As always, every game you second guess everything you do, but thought our guys played extremely hard, really well. I mean, there was very few plays in that whole game where you'd say any level of the defense really had too many big issues. So overall, a good performance, but just good enough to get us beat.
Well, on that play, because sometimes even pro guys, they forget to do that sometimes. I mean, how much you guys emphasize that with the backers, whoever, if they got a clean shot, they can also go for to hammer that ball.
Yeah, for sure. It's a huge emphasis. He did. I think he might have went for it a little bit late. I think he went to secure the sack a little bit more than be aggressive at the ball early. Where when thought potentially could attack the ball a little bit sooner. But unbelievable play. You're getting very picky at that point of a play. But yeah, that's what we needed. He sailed some throws early, and fortunately for him, we were in more man coverage where we had balls falling at our feet and different things like that. We weren't playing with vision on the quarterback in some of those situations. And late in the game, I thought he hit a couple throws, but everything was kind of one-on-one. There really wasn't much over the middle of the field. There really wasn't much to where zone defenders had an opportunity. You saw early, he pumped a handful of throws. Well, those were our opportunities in a lot of cases, and he might have pumped it and then sailed it over the next guy. So just have to find a way, right? You have to find a way to create a turnover somehow, some way in a game like that. You play the way we played the first half, you look up at 0-0, it's going to come down to big plays and turnovers because the yards, the points were going to be difficult to come by the entire game. And unfortunately, we gave up just enough as far as the big plays to get momentum. And I think they scored on every drive that they hit a big play. Right? I think they might have missed the field goal on one of them, right? So they had scoring opportunities every single time that they hit a big play, which that's college football. That's why those big plays are so important to get and to eliminate as a defense because the momentum adds up and you're fighting an uphill battle to keep points off the board.
Pablo, in the back.
Jim, Jack Sanborn seemed to be all over the place on Saturday, especially with partly filling that void with Leo being out and everything. How do you think he helped fill that void, and how do you think he helped lead the defense on Saturday?
He played a great game. Going into the game, we knew we were going to put a lot on the linebackers and especially that will linebacker position, just with the adjustments they were going to have to make. A little creative, a little different than what we had done in the past with some of our pressures, and we felt like we put the learning, we put the adjustments on the right guy, and obviously he handled it well. Extremely productive, run game, making tackles, and in the pass game creating pressures. So proud of the way he handled it. In late week adjustment, having to go from Leo to Mikey, I thought he stepped in there and did well for us. He obviously missed Leo in the production that he has, but love what Jack was able to do for us in this last game.
You just kind of mentioned it there, but how would you grade how Mike played, given the short notice of knowing he's going to start? And then why do you think it is that he's so popular among the players? You talk to him throughout camp, he's a guy that everybody seems to root for.
I think the guys respect his attitude. He's a guy who's earned everything in this program and been in a lot of different situations, had a lot of different roles, and really from a young player on, you could see kind of the natural leadership. He draws people to him. He's always taking young guys. He's always doing extra with people to help them understand what the culture is, what the standards, what the expectations are. A vocal leader, and he was that as a young player. So it's exciting to see him get the opportunity, right? Get the opportunity to get a start, and not the situation anybody wanted, but to go in there late notice and perform the way he did. I thought he did a great job for us. As everyone on the team, he's going to be the most critical of himself. But thought he handled the big stage, and like I said, not going in. It's a different approach when you know you're the guy all week, right? And you're kind of using that whole week to settle in to find out on Friday that you're starting the opener. I don't care how old and experienced you are, you're going to get some jitters. So thought he handled it really well.
Game against an FCS team, but what catches your attention about Eastern Michigan's offense that you need to be careful about?
I think number one, the tempo. Right, they're another team that wants to play fast. The communication, the urgency to get aligned, just eliminating busts right off the bat. That's one thing they did really well. They multiple kind of with their groupings. Right, they'll go 2 tight ends on the field, but move guys all over the place on top of playing with tempo. So they might make you identify a number of different things that can be challenging if you're not quick, if I'm not quick to get calls, if we're not settled in to those moments. The other things, you use 2 quarterbacks, right? So they have a quarterback who's made a lot of plays with his feet, get him in and out of the pocket, different things like that, and then a little bit more of a pocket passer. So kind of presenting 2 different cans of issues within a game. And I think skill-wise, they're more than adequate to create big plays and put points on the board. So it's a challenge. There's no question about it. We got to get after these guys up front. I think our D-line's got to be aggressive, and our linebackers got to play downhill. And I'm excited to watch them play. But I got a ton of respect for this program. I think last year, obviously, they didn't play a Big Ten, but I think they went 3 years in a row beating a Big Ten opponent. So cannot overlook a team like this, because they're not going to come in here with the experience that they have and back down from this group.